Hello, lovely people. Simona here. Today we are doing an experiment. I don't know if you have, but I've heard two channels on YouTube. One is Tammy Anderson and the other one, I'm not entirely sure, use unicorn spit gel stain sparkling sword in their Dutch pours, and found they gave them special effects. So special effects is always something cool to investigate. Let's give it a try. I bought two of them. This beautiful sparkly blue here is called Sapphire Swift. It's really sparkly and pretty. And the other one I've bought is called Violet Vulture. Also very beautiful, deep purple. All right. Let's try that out and see where it brings us. My colors today, we're starting out with Windsor Violet by Winsor & Newton. The next one is going to be the Sapphire Swift by Unicorn Spit. It's a little lighter in the bottle here because, you know, it's all mixed 30% with gloss gel and 70% American floetrol. Both of them white before they dry, so it takes a bit away from the color. Next is quinacridone magenta. Then we have the Violet Vulture by Unicorn Spit. Then we have our 24 karat gold. And last but not least, we have our beautiful iridescent blue-green by Pebeo. I can't see through this bottle. All right, so now we need to do a design. What are we going to do? First of all, I have to go over my base, pop the bubbles. Done. And we have a little something in our paint. Let's take that out. So, can I turn this way around? Yes, let's do a long one. The tip. Let's start here. Stop there. Can make a little wispy here. And another one. There. Okay. Let's not do too much because it's not a really big, it's not even a canvas. This is just another piece of MDF, green MDF, water resistant. I get this from my construction site from leftover pieces, and I use that, well, if I want to just play and, like today, find out about the unicorn spit. Okay. Quin magenta. Stuck to my tip, hang on. Not too much, because it may take over. Okay. Let's go to our vulture violet, our violet vulture. Oops. That was a little thin here. Let's add a little bit more. Don't want to be too stingy with the color because we want to see if it brings some effect. All right. Next goes our gold. also sparingly. 24K likes to take over as well. Okay, last but not least, our very beautiful iridescent blue-green by Pebeo. Oh, come on. Just a second, I'm sorry, I have a tip that doesn't want to give me pain. Let's see, let's clean it up. Hopefully it's going to come out now. So, come on, there we are. Okay, that's it. Let's just pop the bubbles. That's enough. Sorry, it's gonna get loud again because now we put our hair dryer on. Again, my favorite hair dryer in the world to work with is this little one, travel hair dryer, the Flower by, you can buy it in Walmart. It's nice, small and handy. It does not have a cool button, but I've never encountered any problems by not having that cool button, and my Dutch works well for me, make me happy. So, all right, let's get going. Turn that around. Okay, so I want this part here a little bit bigger, but it seems to be a bit too dry in that area, so I'll just put a little bit more base coat on, and that will help it to flow then. You see, just a little bit, and try to push it against your paint, and I'll just try to get the white first a little bit. Okay. Okay, I'd say that's enough with the fan. I like to do my fine tuning with the straw, but we do have a multitude of cells and lacing and things like that, so yeah, it looks pretty cool. I like it. Nice. Okay, let's do some fine tuning with my very dirty straw. I love to work on top of a turntable, even just a cheapy plastic one like the one I'm using right now. It really helps. You don't have to, you know, muck around too much. You can just, whatever direction you need to work on, you can just turn it on. And they're like 10, 12 bucks. They're not good enough for blooms, but they're way good enough for things like that. Okay. Okay. All right, that's quite cute. I like it. Okay. I like to blow into where I think it looks a little bit too clunky and chunky, and just define the petals with that a little bit. I just like to blow out the edges a little bit. The paint is self-leveling. Even if you see some dips and highs now, they will dry flat. Okay. Yeah, I think it's really cool. We have a lot of cool lacing, like here, 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 here. I don't normally get quite as much lacing as that. I get more cells usually, so maybe the unicorn spit does its little bit of magic. Okay. Very cute. So, I've been doing a lot of botanical Dutch pours lately with a thicker consistency of paint. I was wondering, now that we're just playing around and having fun, if I should give it a go with a thinner consistency. I don't know if that's going to work or if it's going to ruin the piece, but we're just in an explorative mood and I don't really care. If it doesn't happen, scrape the paint off and you reuse it and do something else another day. But I always like to explore. So around here would be the center. Not sure. Usually I use a much thicker, wider tip to make the design. This is my dotting tool. I hope you can see that. That's that thick. And that's the back of the little brush I normally use, so it's quite a difference. Let's try with the little one, and if it doesn't do anything, let's try with the big one. Very important, every time you go out of your paint, you have to clean your tip up before you stick it back in, otherwise you'll create mud with it. So it's roughly about here, I'd say. Okay, let's just, oh, look at that, it works. It's not quite as pronounced as the thicker one, but let's go for it. Okay. Okay. See, it's very thin. It creates an opening. I'm not sure if you can see it there, whereas with a thicker paint it just flows back together again. I'll try a thinner tip. Now that we started, we have to kind of also finish it. So, just with my little tip, I'm just trying to close the gaps a little bit that I created there. Don't think you'll know the difference afterwards. Good. Yeah, I think the smaller tips for the very thin paint we're dealing with here, I think works fine. Or maybe it's just different areas of the art create different. We'll make thick and thin. You just have to try it all. Okay. Yeah, works. Fine tip works. It's kind of nice. Okay. Okay. here. Okay. Okay, coming along nicely. So, all right, beautiful. I like it. You won't ever see the lines quite as much as with the thicker consistency of the botanical Dutch pour, but I still like it a lot. Let's just pull our tips out a little bit. I kind of find it gives all of that a little bit of a whimsical look, which I really like. Doesn't have to be everywhere, just here and there a little bit. I think looks really cute. Okay, almost there. I like it. Okay, I'd say that's it. That's the piece finished. I'll come back in a second to give you a close-up. I hope you enjoyed that. If you enjoy my content, please share, subscribe, and comment. I'm always happy to hear from you and for your suggestions, your comments, your challenges. If you want a special set of colors done, I can do all of that. Till then, till next time, bye-bye.